Genesis dog, Genesis dog, Genesis dog, Genesis dog, Genesis dog, Genesis dog. What Nintendo cats?
Hello and welcome to the 48th Genesis Dogs rating. Today we'll be talking about the Ottifants. And for the dog category, it kind of got honorary dog points. I don't think there's any dogs in this game, but like some of the bosses, like the first boss and like the robot boss and like the stone statue knight guys kind of look like, they gave me big dog vibes. It kind of looked like the statues had a big snoot and dog nose, but it's probably just the trunk of the Ottifant, but I'll still give them dog points. They gave me doggy vibes. And Splash, it was 5 out of 10, like a nice good Splash. It had like the startup screen, had like the little Bruno sucking in the Sega logo and swooping in and out. It was pretty cool. Then the paint over the logo was pretty cool. And what else? They walk around the logo, and then the demos were pretty good. Like one of the demos was of like the boss of the last world, which was really cool to see. It's always cool to see bosses in demos, especially like later bosses. And the music, it was alright. It's good music, it just didn't really stick with me much. Like, there's a lot of good songs in the soundtrack. It's really worth a listen to, but I didn't really hit personally for me in this one, so it only reached down to 7 out of 10. Like, bosses were okay as well. Like they range from being impossible to actually figure out how to hit and stuff like the first boss, then everything else was pretty cheesable and alright. Like, they were pretty creative for the bosses, but it kind of boiled down to just running in circles while avoiding the bosses and then having to do like 60 hits to the boss with your gun thing, which is all the bosses are pretty big damage sponges. Especially with the final boss having a really hard attack to dodge, it kind of really wears on you after a while. And the difficulty, gave it a 9 out of 10 on the hard side. It was alright. It was pretty fair for a game. Like, I'd rate it about as much as Tin Head. So, like the Flintstones, Tin Head, you know, those kind of slightly hard platformers, but it's nothing too unreasonable. Like, it has a good password system. Like, you get 4 continues, I think, for each world in order to get through it, so that's really generous. And then using the passwords, you can keep playing at the other worlds, so that's pretty much what it boils down to. Like, things got a little tough, but it was alright. The experience, 6 out of 10. Didn't really hit well with me. The movement was very heavy momentum. Like, you get going and it's hard to stop, it's hard to turn around. It's kind of like if in the Addams Family, but it wasn't as finely tuned as the Addams Family. Like, it had like the sudden startups and like the kind of overshoot platforms, and if you turn back, you zoop it back the other way, and it's kind of a mess, but it's possible to get used to it. I got used to it. But overall, like, level design kind of boiled down to just find the switch and press it, and then figure out what the switch did, and then press the next switch to chain throughout the level, and it just kind of wound up getting me super lost in all the levels, which wasn't the greatest feeling. It didn't have much flow to the gameplay, which kind of got me frustrated in some points, especially with if you hit the spikes, you die instantly, and there's some spots where you have to narrowly dodge around the spikes, and it was a pain in my butt. But the total was 38 out of 60. It's a fair score for a fair game. It was pretty much... It's a pretty mid game, honestly. If I'm going to call any game mid, I'm going to call the Ottifants mid. It was just kind of run-of-the-mill platformer. But it was good for the time I played it, but past that I wouldn't really consider coming back to it much. So here's the spin. Spin! Nope, not golf this time. Not the tick, not the tick. Okay, thank you. I don't know if that's any better than the tick. The Terminator! And coming up next, the Terminator! I don't know much about this game. I think this might be the bad one. I'm not sure if it's the bad one. I know it's either this or Terminator 2 Judgment Day. One of those is the bad Terminator game. I forget which one. Maybe it's both of them. But I'm pretty sure this is a running gun-ish sort of thing. But you play as the Terminator Arnold, but I don't know much about this game. We'll see how it goes. And vote game 50. Vote in the comments. This is the last chance. We're coming up game 49. So after that, we'll be spinning the game wheel, which will be everybody gets the votes. They vote in the comments. You can vote in the comments here. It's still not too late. And you can vote for the same game twice, or you can vote for 2 different games, and I will put them on the wheel and I will spin it as a big special wheel for game number 50. And the regular wheel of games, current letter is T, so all the games on the wheel start with the letter T. If you want to help support the channel, coffee.com/GenesisDogs, also linked in the description. $1 increases the wedge size of any of the wheels, so it makes it easier to land on. $5, any game that starts with T, any game on the wheel can go directly to the game queue, no need to spin for it. And $10, any Sega Genesis Mega Drive game can go directly to the queue, and I will play it next. Well, I will play game 50, and then I'll play it. Game 50 is on the queue. So yeah, thanks y'all for joining me, and I'll woof y'alls later. Woof woof.